Every moment of every day, we make choices: what to wear, what to eat, how to spend our time. But among these countless decisions lie pivotal moments, crossroads where one choice can alter the entire trajectory of our existence. Where are you now? Your job, your relationship, your home. All these are the fruits, decisions you have made along your journey. Some may have seemed trivial at the time, while others weighed heavily on your mind. Yet each has played a role in crafting your current reality. The power of decision is one of the greatest gifts bestowed upon us as human beings. It's the chisel with which we sculpt our destinies, the brush with which we paint our futures. Yet so often, we fail to recognize the immense potential in our choices. Why is this? Why do we underestimate the impact of our decisions? It's because we've been conditioned to believe that major life changes require grand gestures, meticulously planned strategies, or strokes of luck. But the truth is far simpler and far more empowering. All it takes is one decision to set in motion a chain of events that can revolutionize your entire existence. A young woman trapped in a dead-end job in a small town. Each day was a carbon copy of the last. Wake up, go to work, come home, sleep, repeat. Julie felt stuck, a prisoner in a life that seemed to be happening to her rather than one she was actively creating. One ordinary evening, while mindlessly scrolling through her social media feed, Julie stumbled upon an advertisement for a free online coding course. In that moment, she faced a decision: continue scrolling or sign up for the course. It seemed like such a small choice, almost inconsequential. But Julie decided to take a chance. She signed up for the course. That single decision ignited a chain reaction in Julie's life. As she delved into the world of coding, she unearthed a passion she never knew existed within her. She found herself staying up late into the night, eagerly absorbing new concepts and solving programming challenges. Within 6 months, Julie had completed several coding courses and built a small portfolio of projects. She began applying for entry-level tech jobs in nearby cities. A year after that fateful decision to sign up for a free online course, Julie was working as a junior developer at a startup, earning twice her previous salary and loving every minute of her work. Julie's life had been completely transformed, all because of one decision. She didn't wait for the perfect moment or for everything to align just right. She simply made a choice to try something new, to take a step in a different direction. This is the power that resides within each of us. The power to make a decision that can change everything. But here's the catch. This power is only effective if we choose to wield it. Many of us live our lives on autopilot. We fall into routines. We accept circumstances as they are. We tell ourselves stories about why things can't be different. We become passive observers in our own lives rather than active creators. But life is not something that happens to you. Life is something that responds to you. It responds to your decisions, to your actions, to your beliefs about what's possible. Every great achievement, every remarkable success story, every instance of personal transformation begins with a decision to try, to change, to believe, to persist. Some of the most successful and fulfilled people you know or have heard about, do you think they got where they are by chance? By waiting for the perfect opportunity to fall into their laps? No. They got there by making decisions. Decisions to pursue their passions, to take risks, to learn new skills, to step out of their comfort zones. I'm not saying that one decision will instantly transport you to your dream life. Life-changing decisions often require commitment, hard work, and perseverance to bear fruit. But that initial decision is the catalyst, the spark that sets everything else in motion. You might be thinking, that's great for Jolie, but my situation is different. I have too many responsibilities. I do not have the resources. I'm too old. I'm too young. It's too late for me. These are all stories we tell ourselves to avoid making decisions. They're excuses that keep us trapped in lives that do not fulfill us, in circumstances that do not serve our highest potential. It's never too late to make a decision that can change your life, your age, your background. your current circumstances. None of these determine your future. What determines your future are the decisions you make right now, in this moment, and in all the moments to come. Life-changing decisions do not always have to be grand or dramatic. Sometimes, the most powerful decisions are the small ones we make consistently over time. It could be a decision to wake up an hour early each day to work on a personal project. It could be a decision to save a small portion of your income regularly. It could be a decision to express gratitude to someone in your life each day. These might seem insignificant in the moment, but their cumulative effect can be profound. Like compound interest, these small decisions multiply over time, creating significant change almost imperceptibly. The key is to make these decisions consciously and consistently, to approach each choice, no matter how small, with the understanding that it's shaping your future. I want to address something important. Making life-changing decisions is not always easy. In fact, it can be downright terrifying. Why? Because significant decisions often require us to step out of our comfort zones, to face our fears, to risk failure or disappointment. The discomfort you feel when making a big decision is not a sign that you are making the wrong choice. It's often a sign that you are making a choice that will lead to growth. Growth and comfort do not coexist. If you want to change your life, if you want to achieve things you have never achieved before, you must be willing to do things you have never done before. And that often starts with making decisions that scare you. Fear is a natural part of the decision-making process, especially when the stakes are high. The key is not to eliminate fear, but to learn how to act despite it. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the ability to act in the face of fear. Each time you make a decision despite feeling afraid, you build your courage muscle and expand your comfort zone. So how do we cultivate the ability to make decisions that can change our lives? How do we develop the courage to choose growth over comfort, possibility over security? First and foremost, we need to develop self-awareness. Understanding our values, passions, and long-term goals is crucial in making decisions that align with our authentic selves. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you. What kind of life do you want to lead? What legacy do you want to leave behind? When you have a clear vision of your ideal future, decisions become easier to make. You can simply ask yourself, does this choice bring me closer to or further from my goals? We need to gather information and seek diverse perspectives. In today's interconnected world, we have access to an unprecedented wealth of knowledge and experiences. Use this to your advantage. Research, ask questions, seek advice from those who have walked similar paths. But be cautious not to fall into the trap of analysis paralysis. There comes a point where you have to trust your instincts and take action. Every significant decision involves some level of uncertainty. That's unavoidable. The key is to assess potential outcomes realistically and prepare for various scenarios. Think several moves ahead, like a chess player anticipating their opponent's responses. What's the best case scenario? What's the worst? And most importantly, how we handle each outcome. This kind of strategic thinking does not eliminate risk, but it does make it more manageable. It allows you to make bold moves with confidence, knowing you have considered the potential pitfalls and have a plan to navigate them. But perhaps the most important factor in making life-changing decisions is cultivating courage. It takes bravery to step into the unknown, to choose a path that others might not understand or support. This courage does not mean an absence of fear. It means acting despite that fear, fueled by the belief that the potential for growth and fulfillment outweighs the comfort of the status quo. Courage is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. So start with small acts of bravery in your daily life. Speak up in a meeting when you have an idea. Try a new hobby you have been curious about. Have that difficult conversation you have been putting off. Each time you push past your comfort zone, you build the courage needed to make bigger, more impactful decisions. It's important to remember that not every choice will lead to immediate success. In fact, some of life's most valuable lessons come from decisions that didn't work out as we'd hoped. These moments of perceived failure are not setbacks, but stepping stones. They provide invaluable insights that shape our future seas and contribute to our personal growth. The key is to approach each decision, regardless of its outcome, with a mindset of curiosity and learning. What can I learn from this experience? How has this decision helped me grow as a person? What would I do differently next time? By reframing failures as learning opportunities, you free yourself from the paralyzing fear of making the wrong choice. Instead, you can approach decision-making with openness and a growth mindset. This perspective shift is liberating. It allows you to make choices that challenge you and push you out of your comfort zone, rather than always opting for the safe or easy path. After all, it's often the decisions that scare us the most that have the greatest potential to change our lives for the better. Once you have made a choice, especially a significant one, it's essential to commit to it fully. Half-hearted commitments rarely lead to transformative results. It's when we throw ourselves wholeheartedly into our choices that we unlock their true potential to change our lives. Commitment does not mean blindly sticking to a course of action if it's clearly not working. It means giving your decision a fair chance to succeed. It means putting in the effort, pushing through the initial challenges, and being patient enough to see results. This level of commitment often requires sacrifice. It might mean giving up leisure time to work on your goals, or stepping away from relationships that no longer serve you. It might mean facing your fears and pushing through discomfort on a regular basis. But these sacrifices are what separate life-changing decisions from fleeting whims. They're what transform mere intentions into concrete results. Are you fully committed to your choices? Are you willing to put in the work, make the sacrifices, and push through the challenges to see your decisions through? Commitment does not mean rigidity. It's about staying true to your goals while being flexible in your approach. It's about getting back up when you stumble, adjusting your strategy when needed, but never losing sight of what you are working towards. This kind of commitment can be scary. It requires vulnerability, a willingness to put yourself out there and risk failure. But it's in this space of committed action that true transformation occurs. Think of commitment as the bridge between decision and change. You can make all the right decisions, but without commitment, they remain mere intentions. It's commitment that turns your decisions into reality. It's important to recognize that our choices do not exist in a vacuum. They're influenced by our environment, our past experiences, and the people around us. Understanding these influences can help us make more intentional, authentic decisions. Our environment plays a significant role in shaping our choices. The places we spend our time, the media we consume, the culture we are immersed in, all of these factors subtly guide our decision-making process. Take a moment to evaluate your environment. Is it conducive to the kind of decisions you want to make? Does it support your goals and values? If not, perhaps one of the most impactful decisions you can make is to change your environment. This might mean physically relocating to a new city or country. It might mean curating your social media feed to expose yourself to inspiring content. It could involve seeking out new social circles that align with your aspirations. By consciously shaping your environment, you set the stage for better decision making. Our past experiences also heavily influence our choices. Past successes make us more likely to take similar actions in the future, while past failures might make us overly cautious. While it's important to learn from our experiences, we must be careful not to let them limit our future choices. Just because something didn't work out in the past does not mean it won't succeed under different circumstances or with your increased wisdom and skills. The people we surround ourselves with have a profound impact on our decisions. Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Consider the individuals in your inner circle. Do they support your goals? Do they challenge you to grow? Do they inspire you to make bold, life-changing decisions? Surrounding yourself with positive, growth-minded individuals can dramatically influence your decision-making process. These people can provide valuable perspectives, offer support when you are facing tough choices, and inspire you to reach for your dreams. On the flip side, negative influences can hold you back from making decisions that could change your life for the better. Sometimes, one of the most important decisions you can make is to distance yourself from relationships that no longer serve your growth. It's crucial to develop a strong sense of self-trust in a world full of conflicting advice and opinions. The ability to tune into your own inner wisdom is invaluable. Self-trust does not mean ignoring external input or acting on every impulse. Rather, it's about developing a deep understanding of your own values, intuitions, and aspirations. It's about learning to distinguish between the voice of fear and the voice of your authentic self. Building self-trust takes time and practice. Start by making small decisions based on your intuition. Then reflect on the outcomes. Will you write to trust your gut? What can you learn from the experience? Over time, you will develop a stronger connection to your inner guidance system. You are the expert on your own life. While it's valuable to seek advice and learn from others' experiences, ultimately, you are the one who has to live with the consequences of your decisions. Trust in your ability to make choices that align with your true self. The human brain is remarkably responsive to vivid mental imagery. When you can clearly envision the outcome you desire, you are more likely to make decisions that align with that vision. Take time to regularly visualize your ideal future. What does your life look like after making that big decision? How do you feel? What new opportunities have opened up? The more detailed and emotion-rich your visualization, the more powerful its effect on your decision-making process. This practice not only helps clarify your goals, but also builds your confidence in pursuing them. When you can see your desired outcome clearly in your mind's eye, it becomes more tangible, more achievable. This confidence can provide the boost you need to make those crucial, life-changing decisions. It's important to cultivate patience. In our fast-paced world, there's often pressure to make quick decisions and see immediate results. But truly life-changing decisions often require time to unfold. When you make a significant choice, whether it's changing careers, starting a business, or working on personal growth, give it time to bear fruit. The most rewarding outcomes often come after periods of uncertainty and challenge. During these times, remind yourself of why you made the decision in the first place. Reconnect with your vision and your commitment. Patience also applies to the decision-making process itself. While some choices need to be made quickly, many of life's most important decisions benefit from careful consideration. Give yourself permission to take the time you need to gather information, reflect on your options, and connect with your intuition. This does not mean procrastinating or avoiding decisions out of fear. It means giving important choices the time and attention they deserve. Sometimes, sleeping on a decision or taking a few days to mull it over can provide clarity and confidence in your choice. It's crucial to develop resilience. Not every decision will lead to immediate success, and there will likely be obstacles along the way. Resilience is what allows you to bounce back from setbacks, learn from challenges, and keep moving forward. Building resilience starts with shifting your perspective on difficulties. Instead of seeing them as roadblocks, view them as opportunities for growth and learning. When faced with a challenge resulting from a decision you have made, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger? Resilience also involves developing a growth mindset. Believe in your ability to learn, adapt, and overcome obstacles. Remind yourself that your skills and capabilities are not fixed. With effort and perseverance, you can develop the tools needed to navigate any challenge that comes your way. Fear is a natural part of the decision-making process. Especially when the stakes are high, the key is not to eliminate fear, but to learn how to act despite it. Start by acknowledging your fears. What exactly are you afraid of? Often, when we shine a light on our fears, we realize they're not as overwhelming as they seemed in the shadows of our mind. Break down your fears into specific concerns, then develop action plans to address each one. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the ability to act in the face of fear. Each time you make a decision despite feeling afraid, you build your courage muscle and expand your comfort zone. You will find that decisions that once seemed daunting become more manageable. This growth in courage does not just apply to the big, life-altering choices. It permeates every aspect of your life, empowering you to live more authentically and boldly. How this newfound courage might manifest in your daily life. Perhaps you will find yourself speaking up more often in meetings, sharing ideas you might have previously kept to yourself. You might be more willing to try new experiences. Whether it's traveling to a country you have always dreamed of visiting or taking up a hobby that's always intrigued you. In your relationships, you might have the courage to be more vulnerable, to express your true feelings and needs. This expansion of your comfort zone is a gradual process. It's like exercising a muscle. You do not go from lifting 5 pounds to 50 overnight. Instead, you incrementally increase the weight, allowing a muscle to grow stronger over time. Similarly, as you make more courageous decisions, you build your capacity to handle bigger challenges and uncertainties. One of the beautiful things about this process is that it's self-reinforcing. Each time you make a courageous decision and survive or even thrive, you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling more than you thought. This builds confidence, which in turn makes it easier to make bold decisions in the future. It's important to note that expanding your comfort zone does not mean you will never feel fear or uncertainty again. In fact, if you are constantly pushing your boundaries, you will likely encounter these feelings regularly. The difference is that you will have developed the skills and confidence to move forward despite these feelings. You will likely notice changes in how you perceive challenges and opportunities. What once seemed like insurmountable obstacles may start to look like exciting challenges. Risks that previously felt too great to take might begin to seem like calculated gambles worth making. This shift in perspective is powerful. It can open up possibilities you never even considered before. You might find yourself considering career paths you previously thought were out of reach, or pursuing goals you once dismissed as unrealistic. Your world expands as your courage grows. But it's not just about the big, dramatic changes. This courage also manifests in the small. Everyday choices that cumulatively shape your life. It might give you the strength to set boundaries in relationships, to prioritize your own well-being, or to stand up for your values even when it's uncomfortable. You will also develop a greater sense of personal agency. You will recognize that while you can't control every circumstance in your life, you always have the power to choose how you respond. This realization is incredibly empowering. It shifts you from a reactive stance, where life happens to you, to a proactive one, where you actively shape your experiences and outcomes. This sense of agency extends to how you view your past decisions as well. Instead of dwelling on regrets or playing the what-if game, you will be more likely to see past choices as valuable learning experiences. Even decisions that didn't work out as planned become stepping stones on your journey of growth and self-discovery. You become more comfortable with making courageous decisions. You will likely find that your decision-making process itself evolves. You might become more efficient, able to quickly assess situations and make choices without getting bogged down in overthinking. You might also become more intuitive, learning to trust your gut instincts while still balancing them with rational analysis. This evolution in your decision-making abilities can have a profound impact on your productivity and effectiveness in all areas of life. You will waste less time and energy on indecision or second-guessing yourself. Instead, you will be able to move forward with confidence, adjusting course as needed based on new information or changing circumstances. You may also find yourself becoming an inspiration to others. Your willingness to make bold decisions and step out of your comfort zone can motivate those around you to do the same. Without even realizing it, you might become a role model for friends, family members, or colleagues who are struggling with their own decisions. This ripple effect of courage is powerful. By making courageous choices in your own life, you contribute to creating a culture of bravery and authenticity in your community. You show others what's possible when you are willing to take risks and bet on yourself. Of course, this journey of courageous decision making is not always smooth or linear. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, and times when you question whether you are on the right path. These challenges are a natural and necessary part of the process. They're opportunities for growth, resilience building, and self-reflection. During these difficult moments, it's crucial to be kind to yourself. Remember that courage is not about being fearless or never making mistakes. It's about continuing to move forward, to make decisions and take action, even when you are uncertain or afraid. Every setback is a chance to learn, adjust, and come back stronger. You will likely notice a shift in your relationship with uncertainty. Instead of seeing it as something to be feared or avoided, you might start to view it as an inherent part of life's adventure. You might even begin to embrace uncertainty, recognizing that it's often in the unknown that the greatest opportunities for growth and discovery lie. This comfort with uncertainty can be incredibly liberating. It frees you from the need to have everything figured out before you take action. It allows you to be more spontaneous, more open to unexpected opportunities, and more adaptable in the face of change. You will also likely become more discerning about which decisions truly matter. Not every choice requires extensive deliberation or courage. By recognizing which decisions have the potential to significantly impact your life, you can focus your energy and courage where it matters most. This discernment does not mean ignoring the smaller decisions. Rather, it's about developing a sense of proportion, understanding that while every choice contributes to shaping your life, some have more transformative potential than others. This awareness can help you allocate your time, energy, and courage more effectively. You might find that your definition of success evolves. Instead of focusing solely on external markers of achievement, you might start to value the process of growth itself. Success becomes less about reaching a specific destination and more about who you become along the journey. This shift in perspective can be profoundly liberating. It frees you from the tyranny of external validation and allows you to measure your progress by your own standards. You might find greater satisfaction in taking on challenges that stretch you, regardless of the outcome, than in playing it safe and achieving predictable results. It's a lifelong journey. There's no final destination where you will have it all figured out. Instead, it's an ongoing process of growth, learning, and self-discovery. Each decision is an opportunity to align more closely with your authentic self and to create a life that truly resonates with your values and aspirations. The power to change your life through a single decision is always within your grasp. Every moment presents an opportunity to make a choice that could alter your path, open new doors, or bring you closer to your goals. But this power only becomes transformative when you have the courage to make those decisions, especially the ones that scare you or push you out of your comfort zone. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. It's a skill that can be developed, a muscle that grows stronger with use. As you cultivate this courage, you will find that your capacity for making life-changing decisions expands. You will become more resilient in the face of challenges, more adaptable to change, and more confident in your ability to shape your own destiny. The journey of courageous decision-making is not always easy. There will be moments of doubt, setbacks, and unexpected obstacles. But these challenges are not roadblocks, they're opportunities for growth, learning, and self-discovery. Each difficult decision you face is a chance to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. I challenge you to approach your decisions with renewed intentionality and courage. Recognize the power you hold in each choice, no matter how small it may seem. Trust in your ability to make decisions that align with your true self and your deepest aspirations. Embrace uncertainty as a sign that you are growing and pushing your boundaries. One decision can indeed change your life, but it's the accumulation of courageous decisions made consistently over time that truly transforms it. You have within you the wisdom, the strength, and the resilience to create the life you desire. All it takes is the courage to decide to act and to persevere.